Everybody, this is Marty Smith for PokerCalculatorReport.com using Tournament Indicator at a tournament at Full Tilt Poker tonight. 17,000 guaranteed, and I wanted to show you the hand because it is quite interesting given the stack size, tournament stage, the payout structure, and my potential. It might be interesting to have a look at this hand and ask yourself what you would do in this situation. Now, 72 players left. And of course I used a $6 satellite to get in, so I've made 40 bucks, well, almost 40 bucks here because there's 72 players left. I am more apt to letting my stack ride in hopes of becoming a big stack and making a play for the final table at this stage because it's at 72 players left, 43 bucks. To double my money, I have to get to 18th place, so I have to outlast 50 more opponents to even double my money. And another 40 bucks is not as important to me as two things. A, making the money, so I do make a profit in the tournament, and I've done that. And B, coming to the final table with a bigger stack. Once you've got your bankroll set and you've made a profit in this tournament, you're comfortable with your play, you know your situation, be much more willing to gamble in this area because you can see from the payout structure here, as I just mentioned, the next 50 places, it's really not a rewarding strategy to tighten up in this zone. Yes, you can make it deeper, but really, because of the escalating blinds, the aggressiveness of the players, the all-in clashes during this zone, you really at this stage, if you are orange M zone, you have got to make a move, and that move could be doubling up or getting out. So one thing to consider here before this hand plays out is that I'm in 18th of 72, which is actually quite a high ranking. However, if you look closer in the tournament indicator statistics, I'm actually orange M zone, which I don't have a lot of play here. The fact of the matter is that even though I'm 18th place, if I drop a couple thousand chips, just because there's so many players right now within striking distance of red, orange, and the low yellows, is that if I drop 4,000 or 5,000 chips, all of a sudden I'm in 61st place. So you have to have a look at the whole placement scenario. Right, here I am in the big blind with 7 king suited. I have 20,000 chips left. I'm 9.2 orange M zone. I hit the best draw. That pretty much means that I don't have the best hand right now, but is a reasonable proposition given the stage and the M zone situation that I'm in and the prize payout. As you saw before, I have to jump 50 spots to make any significant gain in what I have won already. So this is the opportunity where you should let hands like this play out. If this is in the first hour, I'm folding this, or I'm playing it passively at least. So as we play it out, small blind is to act first. Now I have an option here. He goes all in, and he makes a pot 11,000. I have 20,689 chips. I can push. If I don't hit my flush, I'll still be in the tournament, but I'll only have, if I lose this hand, and assuming that these other two players fold, while he might not fold, I still lose the hand, I'm going to have 14,000 chips. That drops me into the red M zone already. Being in the red M zone, you can't really wait for a better opportunity that's presented to me here. And what I really want is for Ice Hockey Nut over here to either call or push. I've already decided that if he's going to push, I am going to call because now the pot is 17,000. If he pushes, that's going to be another 15,000 that I could potentially win, bringing me to a stack if my draw hits to close to 50,000. Is that worth it? Yeah, that's absolutely worth it. I will end up in the green M zone. I will be able to play much more aggressively, be able to play the blinds, steal the blinds much more aggressively, and it's much more likely I'm going to make it deep, and much more likely that I am going to surpass those 50 players and possibly make it to the final table. That's the reason I called. I want him in. I don't want him out. Let's see what he does. Now he's taking his time, so he could have overs. Now he pushes. Okay, he pushes. This guy goes all in, and now it's saying here the pot's 65,000. But I'm not going to participate in that whole pot because he had us all out chipped. So it's another 14,000. So again, the most I can win is probably about 45, 50,000 here. But that's why my odds are only representative of what else I can win here. So another 14,000 into this pot that was about 30,000. So yeah, it's going to be 45, 46,000. And again, I'm still 2-1 to hit my flush. You sort of want better drawing cards than this. Would have been better if I had a straight and a flush draw, something like that. Or possibly top pair and a flush draw like ace 8 of diamonds. But I'm still thinking that at 2-1, this is a good opportunity to emerge out of this hand as a big stack. So I think about it for a second here. Blinds are going to be 600 and 1200 next hand. So come on, just do it. All right. Wow. Okay, let's see what they turn over here. The aces. This guy had 3 shorter stacks behind him. Even with 3 shorter stacks, I mean, my stack wasn't that short. That's about the worst play you could make at this stage of the tournament. And he basically put everyone else on some draws here. The 2s probably couldn't avoid that. He was probably destined to come in. He hit a set. This guy hits the pair of 4s. Not entirely sure what he was doing, really. And I hit the flush draw. So he's hoping for another 4 or 3 for 2 pair. I mean, before the flop, but now he's pretty much drawing dead. And it was a horrible play, really, because he certainly could have isolated at least the small stack here and eliminated some of these hands, and it would be pretty much unlikely if I would have called a pre-flop raise with King 7, given he was a big stack. Okay, now, as we see how this thing has turned out, a set of 2s wins, 2 pair, aces, and I'm last of 4. Had a diamond fell, hey, I would have been first of 4 and at about 46,000 in chips. To me, it was worth it. Is debatable. These are those situations when you got to use all your tools, especially in Tournament Indicator because it has the M zone. I'm not really profiling anymore because at this stage of the tournament, it's all about hole card strength, payout structure, and the size of the pot and how that's going to project you into the tournament deeper or, as in my case here, knocks me out. Hey guys, if you want to see more of these hands, especially up for debate, first of all, you can join our forum at tournamentindicatorforum.com. We're going to be talking about this hand. And also, please join up and get a look at my MTT 5-pack tournament series. That is 5 tournaments just like this, all of which I reach to the final table, analyzing every hand along the way. I've got a free offer. Follow the link to your right. Anyway, take care. It's Marty Smith for PokerCalculatorReport.com and the MZoneReport.com. Best of luck at the tables. Ciao.